Like I just have just a little bit of makeup for Casimir's scars, but I'm always touching my face. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no.
Funny until that happens, you realize how often you might actually just do that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, all right. Well,
I
the
just can't
recap
help
is
it.
was fairly simple. I mean, excluding unless we wanted to have a breakdown of what actually happened in the battle. You went through the tunnels and such, or down this twisted area. You answered all the riddles. You got to the door. You had an encounter with Bright's body. She said something, um, which then eventually led to a big tentacle kind of busting open this giant door, grabbing her, pulling her back in. Um, things weren't going too well for Mega Bright because she had definitely powered up. She snatched up all those scrolls. She had a robe of the Archmagi and all this. And man, if she didn't just get turned into a smear for all that effort, she might have lost sight of what the true meaning of Christmas was. And by that I mean the point of the I guess the point or the clue of the fight that was provided to
Hmm.
you all. However, you were a little bit more humble going in, and you also used your wits in more than just an offensive manner. The warehouse ended up distorting and extending from how it originally looked. Um, I guess I got rid of that image. Well, shoot. Well, anyway, so yeah, you were in the pit. You fought against this giant amalgamation creature that was made up of the four of you, and then you fought yourselves that were then kind of birthed after you defeated this thing. Oh yeah, look at that. That's gnarly looking.
Did this picture in the Discord. I'm gonna post it now.
Oh, I don't have camera for
Oh,
try it. I didn't have camera, so
oh,
I'm reconnecting.
okay. I see you and Dark Wolf. I don't see Fluffy if Fluffy's live.
Fluffy might not have his on yet.
Okay, that.
I'm live. I'm just not on video,
Oh,
but I
okay,
should be live everywhere else.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can hear you then. So yes, things were going interestingly until finally whatever needed to happen happened. Casimir was able to defeat uh, like Nega Casimir or Shadow Casimir or some other stylization of an evil clone or something along those lines. And
Weakling Casimir.
Weakling. I don't know. Weakling Casimir took like 300 points of HP damage. Uh, though, of course, in the end, that wasn't necessarily how you truly defeated Casimir. Did you pick up on it at all? I'm wondering.
I don't think I did.
Okay. Well, you didn't have to, given the circumstances that were necessary. It was something that none of you necessarily had to do or solve, because they could have just happened in the course of things. But yeah, it was a victory. Then, of course, you had up in the catwalks over here. I'm really baffled because I swore that I had. Whatever. I'll just drag the picture back over here. There we go. So you had this Abby character, who apparently the full name is Abishai. Though Abishai was definitely not shy, and was there in a lording over of this combat, watching you. I guess taking a reckoning of who you were and what you did. Was tended to by some sort of a bodyguard or just like a bouncer style figure, but you couldn't really see any details besides the fact that this person was in head to toe, kind of beaten up armor, looked kind of scuffed and rusty. Um, Never said anything, and of course Abishai had a very dark and rolling voice, very booming one at that. After defeating that creature, um, someone, some sort of a minion or another worker here of the pit, came out, was whispering something, and Abishai took none too kindly to that, and ended up storming off. The whispering agent was then left up here in the catwalk of this warehouse. So I mean, we see the pit here, but know that like remember it extended and went up, and the dimensions had changed. And so the Abishai and the bodyguard ended up storming off through a door that was up here, and that left this other person and just sort of like hands, these sort of twisted draconic hands folded in front of itself, with head down, probably just waiting for any sort of rage or storm to pass that might be incurred. Despite this person only being the messenger, Abishai might have a bit of a temper, based on context clues. And so here it was that we had left. You all had slain the amalgamation and your other selves. If you need details on anything else that might have happened, or if you're like, hey, yeah, there was this thing, let me know. That way I can make sure that you know, any descriptions, whether it's just for flavor or clues, that you haven't lost those, to get the mood or to get the flavor of things. And yeah, let me know where you'd like to go from here. You're not in combat any longer. There's nothing that's an overt threat. While this is a weird kind of twisted dragon person, it's not presenting any kind of a threat to you here. So we're in narrative time for anything that you might want to do or think about, investigate, or the like.
Mordecai had shouted after Abishai, "We have beaten your game."
You would not have gotten a response because Abishai had probably heard you, but ended up storming off. So if you wish to, I mean, you're definitely welcome to think what you will about that character. Though there is that servant that was left behind. If you want to redirect anything towards it.
So what now? I say to the thing, the dragon thing.
It snaps up and what now? What? I don't know. What now? Oh yes, you've fought in the pit. I should.
There's a prize for the winner, isn't there?
I could use a body if you have one on the shelf.
I need to. Yes. This has never happened that I've seen before. I'm sure Abishai would want me to reward you. Yes.
You can say it. You can say it in here. Or is it? Are you special?
Well, I'm a servant, a loyal servant, created by Abishai's contraption, and I'm just. And while this person is seemingly taking pride, you're getting a lot of stammering. You're getting a jitteriness, like a deep to the core jitteriness.
Yeah.
We came here looking for our friends.
Oh well, yes. I suppose I suppose then you would need some kind of yes, I'll tell you, there's a chamber that I believe is reserved for those who step up and meet the challenge and overcome it. One moment, and there's the character just sort of goes along the path here, and ends up going over to a large metal lever, and with a metallic like a metallic ladder clangs down that descends down into the pit and would lead you up to the catwalk. If you come with me, there's a room I think that I need to take you to.
This isn't a trick.
No, I mean, if Abishai were to trick you, then I mean that's not up for me. That I'm here. I'm the person who does things.
So if it's a trick, you're not allowed to tell us. That's what you're telling us.
Well, I can tell you it's not. If it's a trick, it's not my trick. I'm not on a mission to trick you. That's not what I'm here to do.
Okay.
I mean, if it's Abishai's trick, then I mean.
So basically, it's trick or treat, and we're not sure which one it is.
Huh? I like the sound of that, but yeah.
You should spread that around. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well,
Mordecai starts to climb up the ladder.
I guess. I guess until Abishai comes back. If you need something, let me know. I guess I'll get it for you. I was left behind, and so were you. So I guess I'm left here to care after you in the interim.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind visiting that room that you wanted to have us visit.
Yeah. Just you should be able to climb or even float up. Any of the sort of there's kind of a weirdness that happens with actual distance and perceived distance, but you should actually be able to make it up here now.
And Mordecai climbs up the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow Mordecai.
Okay.
My head probably bumps into his butt, even though I don't even have to climb the ladder.
You get some pink flames goosing you. Moving along. Okay, and Casimir, I guess you could do either. You can, because you have silver dragon wings. Being the silver dragon that you clearly are.
I'll fly up.
Sure. All right. So you land beside this other. I mean, you've seen Dragonborn. They're in the northern part of Mesotopia and Kandor, and I mean they get along well enough. They seem to be a very healthy people. For some reason, have this heritage of dragons. There's always kind of a boasting point. There was a big part of their culture, which also kind of led them, into a contest of wills and strengths with the half-orc folk that live up that way too. And of course, for those of you that remember a certain black dragonborn that was with you for a while, they're a very strong-willed people. But this Abishai and the others that you've seen that have worked on behalf of the pit to gather up people who spoke the name, or just to recruit or kind of gangplank people here. These are perhaps more dragon-looking Dragonborn. Dragonborn just have sort of a natural. They've come to be this way, so things look, biologically like seamless. If we're looking at toys or things that are constructed, the fewer seams or whatever, the better. Everything's. But these creatures have a disjointedness. Like they were made, but it was sort of it was errant growth, or it was sort of a slap together. In a Mordecai, being the tinkerer that you are, I mean, there's quality tinkering. You know, there's things where it's nice and polished and it looks like it belongs together, like it's a solid concept. These creatures that are affiliated with Abishai are dragon. Maybe they're people. They definitely have a lot of these fiendish tones to them as well. Where you're yeah, it's well, kind of a mutation. Something Casimir's actually a pretty polished product for being the result of mutation. Of course, you have your own couple quirks, Mordecai, that you had inherited from Contact here, and so you're getting a kind of a forced a forcedness, a mutation, but it's not necessarily for a natural purpose. It was to try and increase the strength in something, but you know the frame may not have been enhanced to go along with it, but there's definitely piles of muscle. So yeah, there's just the weird indication now that you've seen a couple of these things, that there's just a weird otherworldliness to their existence, and in a way you got that same feeling from this creature you fought in the pit, that it was causing this kind of disjointedness in your mind, this like a form of insanity. Like, how can something like this be real? And yet it is, and it's right in front of you. Though it was, and this was something that I believe that you took an extra keen eye to. It didn't have the black hair of Jade or Shon Urath. And going back in those thoughts, and if I'm recapping a little bit, let's just call it recap, because as we're talking about, we haven't played for about a month because of this and that. So the thing that you saw certainly had qualities of the manifestations of Shon Urath that you've seen, but Shon Urath is, for lack of a better term, natural. What you saw, what you fought against, was like an unnatural manifestation, like a forced recreation of Shon Urath, or these entities that have been affiliated with it. The way that they move, the way that they act, or even, how they're controlled. You saw artifice in the guise of a hideous biological construction. Not like mechanical as D&D construct, but it was like a Shon Urath beast in form only, but it was just jittery and weird and very not... It was put together, but it wasn't consistent. But anyway, you're up here, and I believe I forget if I gave you a color of that Abishai, but we'll say it was a white one. So you're up there. The four of you are, and because the professor will just float up to as being a spectator, and you are led through a door down a hallway, and you enter a very well-appointed room. And this servant tells you, this room will, if you have any sort of special needs or requests, this room should be able to provide it for you. This is a place where VIPs go, and I presume also you won your pit fight, so that would make you a VIP. I guess if I'm wrong, I'll be corrected otherwise, but until now, or until then, or until when, please enjoy yourself, and if you need anything, then just open the door and yell for me. I'll be standing a courteous distance away down the hallway, also listening for Abishai.
I want to know where our friend Jaden is.
Sure. Jaden, why don't you give me a description and I'll look into it.
She was human. I don't know if she still is now.
She's
Black
not
hair.
really still a she.
Hmm. This place is weird in that appearances can change. But a human with black straight hair, usually kept in a bun, wears armor. Scorpion-like armor.
Finger of the tail is missing.
All right. That's a good description. Well, I don't know if that person currently looks like that. Of course, people have.
What about a wizard woman?
A wizard woman.
Long curly hair, black.
Oh, I think we already found out about her.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was actually produced for you.
Wait.
For a
Okay,
moment.
are you talking about
I'm talking about Corinna.
Corinna? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Corinna.
Never
Oh,
mind.
never
Yeah,
mind.
Never mind.
Corinna was not
Yeah.
produced for you. It was
Yeah.
another wizard woman that was produced for you. Okay, if you want to provide a description of Corinna, then sure.
Yeah, human, long black curly hair. I'll describe what she was wearing the last time I saw her.
Very well.
see her?
If I discover anything, I'll let you know. I'm sure that could be included in whatever prize or winnings that you are to receive for having bested the pit. Plus, it'll give me something to do.
I owe her my gratitude.
Of course, I'll consider it a personal well, not a personal favor to me, but from you that you would like information on because it's of a personal nature. Yeah,
Thank you.
We have agents all throughout Oiho, and I'm sure that we can squeeze some information properly.
Fantastic.
Casimir or Bright, do either of you have something that you would like to request of this service, Abishai?
Okay, so I have some questions. So we stayed in a hotel above ground that was kind of like this. They had our hotel rooms all decked out, and it was all fun. But it was kind of just temporary, just kind of an illusion, just kind of, just for. Have you ever been to a place called Sagev Sal? It's kind of like that.
Oh, with all the gambling.
Yes, that place.
I've not been, no, but I've heard tale that it is quite a den of sin. That's saying something.
Yeah, I mean it's a den, all right. But no, I just meant like, it's just like a fantasy for like one night. But here, is this like that, or is it more like something we can request and just have?
Well, the pit certainly has accumulated a lot of things over its time here in Oiho. A lot of people came to try and to fight, to win, to restore the old leadership, and we ended up with their things. So there's a lot of things that are here that are very real. They used to belong on people that lived or unlived and then were made dead again.
Yeah. So I have one request, if it's possible.
I'll do what I can.
The little gnome who was in here right before us.
Oh yes, yes. Bright was her name. Pink hair.
In a manner of speaking, yeah, her. So I have two issues. First, I would really like her spell book. That would really be nice. And the second thing is, I'd like to find out what happened to her. Is she still alive?
Oh, I severely doubt that. I think when the pit was being reset, they had to get a couple shovels out. The broad kind. Yeah.
That's very unfortunate. Well, I would still like to have her spellbook.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that that's not too far away. It probably hasn't even been put back in the canyon yet. Sure. I'll look for it. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Now, is there anything I need to know? Is there like a magic word? Is it gonna, zap me if I pick it up? Does it have a little drawing in case there's a duplicate or something?
Yeah, so I'll just give him a description. I actually don't know. I mean, last time I had it, it didn't explode, but who knows? Things could be different now. So, if you have like an unseen servant, maybe to pick it up, that would be good.
Sure. I'll make sure to handle with care.
Okay. And anything else she might have been carrying that survived this mission.
All right. I'll recover what I can.
Sure do appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want it as is, or if there's some matter on it, do you want it cleaned off?
Oh no, if it's got goop on it, that's okay. It doesn't bother me very much.
Okay. And
It's not like I'm a human.
Oh, clearly. Oh, jeez.
That's all.
And you, Casimir, I think that your name was.
Mm-hmm.
You're really fitting in here, Casimir.
I enjoy it here.
From what I understand, you didn't look like this coming in.
Nah. It was about 2 feet shorter. Foot and a half.
Do you need something? Like, do you need to tear into something alive? I could get one of those little gribblers,
Yes.
those little red gribblers from that freaking circus on the edge of town. Just throw it in the room here, and you can savage it.
I want something with stronger blood.
Oh, all right. Well,
Something like you would do.
no. That's
Are
okay.
you sure?
Yeah, I have things to do. If you were to attack me, who would go get the spell book?
Perhaps just someone like you, then.
I'm sure I could find someone. You know what? The next time someone says the name, instead of bringing him to the pit, I'll just bring him in here. I saw what you did to the other one, so I'm not exactly eager. And so yes, I'm looking for names. I'm looking for books, and I guess I need to bring in some sport here for Casimir the Silver, or Silver Casimir. Which one sounds better?
I like Casimir the Silver.
Casimir the Silver and Casimir the Silver. All right. This kind of disjointed dragon person gives a curt, like, acknowledging bow, and ends up leaving you in this room. That, as you think about something, it more on the mundane side, but as you think about something like, oh, a tall glass of water. A tall glass of water appears, and it is nice. It's cold and refreshing. Wow, a big old body pillow to flop in sounds really good. But yes, it's the four of you, and I mean, I will play the professor as best as I can. If you need to interact with him or have him do something, then I'll do my best. But right now, the show's for the three of you.
Well,
Mordecai just watches Casimir for a minute, just observing him.
Do you like what you see?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Dragons are things you find in storybooks that heroes destroy.
I mean, we find dragons in lots of places.
Yes, we have seen real ones. That still boggles my mind.
So Casimir, I mean, I know you used to hunt dragons. So do you like having dragon parts? Do you feel weird about it, or do you feel you like it?
I quite enjoy it, actually.
I wish I had more gnome parts.
I wish I was back to being mortal. That's kind of the
Being
rub.
mortal, so boring though.
No. It's being alive is good. Being like I am, it's horrible. It's a curse.
I guess that is a matter of perspective. Yeah,
Perceptions.
perception, yes. Perspective. That is one.
So
I'm in the second language.
Mordecai, would you mind doing a favor?
What's that?
Can you send a sending to that guy? I used to be able to do that, but now I can't.
Ascending to the one who just left?
Yeah, the servant guy.
If you fly a door, you might be
wanted
able to catch him.
Yeah, okay. I'll just run right up after him, see if I can get to him.
Sure. Yeah, you can you zoom out the door, and yeah, you could he's you're doing this very early on, so he's just at the end of the hallway before turning onto the catwalk. So yeah, you can zoom up and.
Okay. So you know how you asked me if I wanted to have you clean the schmutz off my book?
Yes.
Actually, what I'd actually really prefer is if you could like bottle up a bottle of schmutz.
Oh, you want some of the remains?
Yes, I would like that very much.
Sure.
I would really appreciate that. Along with the spell book. It's
Okay.
an addition. I'm sure that's not the weirdest thing he's ever asked you.
Oh no, I'm used to cutting off trophies and other things for other people.
Okay.
Ears, fingers, all manner of other appendages.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's all.
Oh, all right. Well, and enjoy the room.
Yes, we're enjoying it quite a bit.
And he continues on his way.
It's kind of funny there aren't really that many things that I can enjoy in my current state. I can't have a drink. I can't really do things. I can just kind of be.
It's not all that great, is it?
I mean, it has its pros and cons. I like that I don't have to sleep as much. I don't have to eat as much. It's hard to find good food here.
Right.
And,
I miss magical masking food.
I'm sure now Feshni cooking is delightful, but it's not the same as home.
Yeah. You still haven't made me any gnome cooking. The one place we went, I couldn't eat anything.
Yeah, that was too bad.
That was back in Greenshield, wasn't it?
Yeah, back there it closed, so I don't think we'll be able to find that place again, but maybe someday we'll find some other gnomes and they can make us in exchange for us reconquer. Or just conquering it, too.
Conquering her.
Well, I mean, we had that slime monster. And,
You would want to conquer Uct?
Well, think of it as replacing the slime monster.
Getting rid of the slime monster sounds like a good idea. But conquering is such a weird word.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's one of the most fun words in the common language.
I don't ever want to rule anything.
Huh. Huh.
No, I'm not into that. I don't want to be the ruler. I want to be the hero.
I think we can arrange for that. Casimir?
Hmm?
Lots of things to hunt in the jungle.
Could be fun.
I don't know if there's that many dragons, but there's all kinds of beasts, wingdoodles, and snozwangers. Those things.
No words are always so funny. I really should take that up as a language.
I did want a bear owl trophy.
Oh, a bear owl. Is that like an owl bear, but with the bear part on the top and the owl part on the bottom?
Like a furry bird.
No, it was like
Instead of feathers.
big. It was like Big Bear, but owl face. Bear owl.
Oh. Yeah, we have a different word for those. We call them owl bears.
Yeah, same thing.
That Aslandian Elvish is a little weird, isn't it?
It is different.
Anyway, yeah, I'm sure you...
There's also different dialect between main cities and outer areas. I am from outer areas.
I think we'll end up running into that person who was impersonating Corinna.
What do you mean, impersonating Corinna? How do you know that wasn't just Corinna?
Corinna wouldn't be in hell.
Well, to be honest, I never really expected to be in hell either, but check.
Neither did I. But you have to be pretty damn evil to be here in the first place.
I try my best.
She was never like that.
Are you sure? Not even a
Positive.
little? You sure it's not just fond memories?
No, I'm fairly certain that she wasn't powerful enough when she died to modify anybody's memories like she did here. No, this wasn't her. She would be in the paradise of Luna. Because that's what she believed in.
Well, that would be nice for her. But you probably won't be able to join. Wouldn't it be nicer if she was here?
She died 10 years ago. I'd been moving on. It's just a memory now. It should stay that way.
Have it your way.
I want to get out of here and go back to Mesomaska.
We'll see if
Come
there's
here.
anything left of it.
Get what we came here for and leave. At least that's what I'm doing.
Well, I still think we should all travel together. Although I was kind of enjoying it here.
I want to go home. Find a cure for this damn vampirism.
Do you think that still even works? I mean, I had it too, and look what happened to me, and it never kicked in. See? Check out my teeth. Just the regular kind.
I just want to go back to normal.
Actually, I would like a yew-berry.
Didn't you have them before?
Yeah, but they all got lost when my body snatcher took my body on. My body had the berries.
Think we can find some more?
Well, we're in the room of requirement. Can't we just wish for a yew-berry?
See what happens.
Okay, you. Nothing. A couple varietal berries appear, but none of them are yew berries. They might have been like adjacent berries that just came to mind since you were thinking of berries. Boy, when was the last time you ate a berry? Like 800 years ago?
No. And it wasn't even very good. It was a yew-berry.
Yeah, yeah, right. So that seems to be something that the room can't just manifest. But these other more mundane berries do appear.
I don't want those. Do you want to try a berry?
I'm gonna give it a shot, see what happens.
Just popping a berry in your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Eat it.
I mean, for a moment, there's a nice sweet taste of a berry, and then your body is just, it rejects it because it's not what it needs to exist. Now, would you like to try and summon a cup of wine or blood? I mean,
Am I feeling hungry?
You're not ravished. I mean, you just had a perilous fight. So I'm sure you could use something, but I'm not going to say you're going to like savage anyone right now.
I don't think anyone in this room is savageable anyway.
Yeah, I don't really have much blood.
Yeah, Bright, yeah. I mean, you're
I mean, I never have much blood, but now I have even less.
Yeah, just something ordinary to sip on.
Okay. What flavor of blood would you like? Do you have a particular style of person in mind, like a beefy elf, or do you want to go for something more like an animal, like like cow's blood or something?
No, not an animal. Just I wouldn't know where it comes from. I guess if all he's thinking of is blood, whatever manifests. But
Sure.
nothing schwunky that'll transform him into something weird.
Wouldn't you want it fresh? Why don't you just imagine a person and bite them?
No.
I mean, they're not even
I've
real.
been trying to reduce the spread of this as much as possible. That's been the whole point.
What if it was somebody you really wanted to bite?
Yeah, is there someone you really want to bite?
He wouldn't mind ripping into that person who impersonated Corinna and ripped them to shreds, but...
Okay. I'm gonna wish somebody looks just like Corinna.
You want someone to appear that looks like Corinna?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. you I mean, the room can certainly provide for a person to manifest. As this room is that of VIPs, you get your will. If your will is to spend time with a particular type of person, and that particular type of person can be made to manifest. So sure, it takes a little bit of thinking, but I mean that's really what you excel at, and you kind of have a little back and forth with the room, and a Corinna styled person appears, and just kind of looks around.
I see you have a type, Mordecai.
Of course I have a type. Everybody has a type, don't they?
A very specific type, I guess I should say.
Though this Corinna speaks in Gnomish, what can I? Why am I here?
Oh, speaking common. It's for Mordecai. You're supposed to let him bite you. I know
Oh.
it's a whole thing.
Oh, all right.
Tell him that you're a Corinna impersonator, which I guess technically you are.
All right, I'll do that. So there's an exchange between the Flame Skull and this summoned person in Gnomish, and then Corinna comes over and in Common addresses you. I am a Corinna impersonator, and I'm here for you. Do you wish to bite me?
What? Okay. No, you back away.
I was hoping for a little.
I
less
mean, if
robotic.
you're not interested, I certainly am.
Yeah, you can have a bite.
Corinna looks back to Bright, then looks over to Casimir. Casimir, the Corinna woman appearance, saunters over to you. Can I serve you?
A manner of speaking.
Yeah. Casimir's gonna step behind the Corinna impersonator, just gently tilt her head to the side, and kind of look at Mordecai before just biting into her neck.
Okay.
There's room for you on the other side, Mordecai.
Oh.
No.
All right.
No. What?
Casimir, it's warm blood. Tastes. I mean, I don't think you had a lot of human blood before you turned into a vampire. At least not that we know about. What have you been up to?
Most people drink more blood after they become a vampire.
Yeah.
Maybe not Casimir. Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, Casimir, to your vampiric senses, this is blood. It is warm. It is nourishing. You're not receiving any sort of special. I mean, you're not glowing. You know, your muscles don't like triple in size or anything. This is just a good, a good solid, like 7 out of 10 blood. Doesn't taste illusory or it doesn't like evaporate as you try and swallow. It's there, and yeah.
Casimir's just gonna keep drinking, just occasionally making eye contact with Mordecai.
Now he's just making it weird. Wait, I didn't ask for this.
You must have wanted it. Some part of you must have.
No. Nope. No. Strangely enough, you're starting to sound like her.
Casimir, I'm getting rather weak. If you're going to continue, I'll have to sit down or something.
Casimir would just finish up, lick the wound properly.
All right, I'm going to lay on the floor for a while, unless you don't need me. And she looks over to Bright.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You can die, but leave the body.
Oh, all right. Casimir, you can drink more then.
This is just weird. Very, very weird.
Casimir would just help the body lay down.
Okay. But she's not a body yet, unless you intend to make her that way. She seems fine with it.
I thought. Oh, Bright said she was leaving the body, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, I told her it was okay for her to die. Just
Yeah.
leave the corpse behind. So if you don't finish, then I guess she won't die. But
Well, he's just gonna help Krina lay down then,
Okay.
or the Krina imposter lay down.
Yep.
okay.
Do you need any sort of speculation or input on things from the professor's point of view? I'm happy to participate in the conversation as best as I think I can channel myself through the spectator.
No, I think that the professor would likely just...
Yeah, I'd be more interested in what the professor's wishing for, but I don't.
I imagine he's just summoning books into existence and reading them.
Yeah, that's probably what's happening. He'll probably I don't know, like want to manifest a bowl of grapes, and then as he's reading, like just that long tongue will kind of like go down and sort of like wrap around some grapes and bring it to the mouth, and you just hear like juicy crunches. It's kind of casually floating and reading.
Probably the thing that I'm the most jealous of for people right now. Mordecai is just going to think about just a wine goblet of blood because he doesn't really want to drink it from a person.
Okay. Yeah. You have a goblet of blood from an unknown source.
And that's what he starts sipping on.
Okay.
Like wine.
You are also not bequeathed with any sort of enhancements, so it's not like you're getting like a bull strength or, or anything along those lines. This is average generic blood. Probably, you're tasting it. Might be Elven. Might be no, now that you're thinking about it. It has a little bit of an elven tang to it. Probably blood from a mixed race, a half elf of some kind. But yeah, it's warm. It came from somewhere, and or someone. But there's no surge of anything. It's just a mixed blood in your goblet.
Probably kind of tastes a little similar to Celine.
Yes, in the fact in all the mundane ways. But Celine, you're not getting her vibrant nature. Like that would manifest mechanically as like some spells or class levels or sort of this divineness. But I mean, you're getting you're getting the flavor, just not the punch.
That's fair. That's all I wanted.
Yep. Okay. So you're here. You're reading, talking. This person has been laid down by the door here. Casimir, do you go on to do anything else, or are you sated, or are you still making eyes?
I'm good for the moment.
Okay. All right. then time will pass. Bright, are you good? Are you in waiting mode too, or is there anything else you wanted to do?
If there's time for a short rest, then Mordecai'd probably be taking a short rest.
Yeah, you could flop back on that very comfy bed.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
you don't know
okay.
when the person's coming back, but you are in a secure location. There's no apparent threats. You have a somewhat full belly. So yeah, if you want to take a short rest, you can begin the process.
Have we had a short rest since our last long rest?
No, but your long rest happened over like 5 minutes in the canyon because you found a special bed, and
Right.
then you marched forward and had your fight with the weird thing.
Okay. That's good to know. I'm going to go ahead and spend some hit dice
Okay,
and regenerate some spells.
sure. Okay, so yes, you are, you each can receive benefits of a short rest as time passes here. As you relax, you talk, you think, you drink, um, come to terms, or even come up with new questions that might need answers here. And eventually, there is a at your door. Knock knock.
Who is it?
It's me. I was the one that took you here from the catwalk.
You can come in.
Yes. I was able to get some of the things. I thought I'd bring back what I could. If you still need to wait, it looks like he kind of looks down, not really out of surprise, or there's no sense of judgment, but you have almost like a like an unconscious raven-haired woman laying on the floor. You have a goblet that still has a little bit of blood, kind of like on the rim, or just like a little bit in there. And anything else that you all have thought of in the meantime to bring yourselves distraction, food, or something else. So to begin, oh yes, and he comes over to you, Bright, and there is a splattered, very familiar looking spell book, and sets it on, if we're using the picture's reference, sets it on the trunk in front of you here.
Okay.
So yes, this was with the deceased's belongings. I think that's what you were looking for. And I was able to scrape up a good amount of remains. I have it in this I have it in this cube, and he sets down like a metal cube that has a hatch with on the top, a hinged hatch, and almost like, not quite like a waiter presenting food, but sort of like tips it over, like opens the top, tips it, and yeah, there's probably about a pound of flesh inside this container. Definitely, there's some hair mixed in with the pulped meat, and yeah, there's some bone chips. I think there's another tooth. If you're keeping track of the teeth that you collected along the way.
Excellent. Well, I always wanted a pound of flesh, so I'm glad to have this. Okay, do you have... I would like a small magic item that can keep some amount of things refrigerated at all times. Do you have anything like that?
Well, the remains shouldn't go bad in that box. If that's what you're talking about.
Is it like a stasis box?
Yeah, it'll keep the flesh in the current state it's in. It won't decay.
Oh, Well, that's wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted. I really appreciate that. Will it work on blood too?
Yeah, I think anything that used to belong to a person should stay in good shape inside this little container. I was trying to look for something that'd be useful for hauling around remains.
How thoughtful.
Whoop. Oh, Fluffy asked it. Hello? Welcome back? Question mark?
Fluff.
Oh. Oh no!
Oh no. Fluff must have lost. Anything else you found?
No, we haven't found Fluffy's voice yet. All right, well, Fluffy, when you get, I mean, just talk whenever, and when you re-enter, you re-enter. So you have a container that apparently holds juicy bits, biological juicy bits in a stasis, and seems to be carrying about 1 pound of flesh and flesh-like parts from the remains of Bright. The book is set down. This metal container is set down as well on the bench. And then the servant comes over to you, Mordecai. I had asked around, and I was not able to determine if anyone matching, well, her, I guess, because there's the imposter that's on the floor. So unless you beat me to it, no, I can't say that anyone that I was able to contact has seen someone like that person on the floor.
That doesn't surprise me, as appearances apparently can change in this place.
Oh, greatly, yes.
What about my other friend?
That, yes, it does seem that I have some information. I wasn't aware of all of it. In fact, it took some digging, and I think that there's some things that only Abishai can truly answer. But from what people were talking about, this place. Here, do you mind if I sit down? This uncertain servant is kind of going back to hand wringing and kind of seems jittery.
Of course.
Thank you. And it plops down next to you here. So these were things that I even learned. I didn't even know that this was the case. So as you may have figured out, prior to well, this one over here trying to take over Oiho, it was run by a lady by the name of Miss Mercury, and so she ruled this place. Who knew? I just thought she was a prisoner of Abishai, but it shows what I know. And so it would seem that Abishai had come to, take his rightful place as ruler of Oiho. There was some sort of a conflict. I'm not sure of the details, but Mercury seemed to have been cast out, and she came back a while ago. And when she did, she had a person with her that was in armor. I asked. No one seemed to notice if it was scorpion armor. Definitely, it was definitely an odd suit. Looked like it blended in here. Miss Mercury's been known to have consorts and other people. Her apparently she has a very cruel and vengeful ex-husband. And he he had left the place a while ago too. But I guess people saw him walking the streets, and so that's going to be that's going to be no good, I think. And
Yes, I'm looking for all of them.
I don't know. I didn't ask about the X. But yeah, so the person, she returned, and I guess went to go confront Abishai to try and get Oiho back. That didn't turn out so well. As you saw, she was captured, and it seems that the person who was with her fought really well, and it actually beat the pit.
Hmm.
And
Then they're here.
Abishai took that person as a bodyguard. So it would.
I want to see them.
You have actually. From what I remember, being on the catwalk, there was someone standing next to Abishai. That's the person that you're looking for.
Yes, I want to see them.
That would require me knowing where Abishai is, and that's something that I don't know.
Why do you not know?
Because it's not my job to know. It's my job to do things that I'm told. Not
It's your job to know things, isn't it?
if I'm told to know things, yes. You see, I was
Where did Abishai go?
well, I mean, it was through the one door. I think, I mean, if I were to guess, probably the tower.
Tower.
Yeah, that's where Miss Mercury had ruled from for I guess quite a while. I didn't really pay attention before things became as you saw them. I mean, I'm the one who ran the pit, but man, Shrine Circus was trouncing me, and well, there was an opportunity with Abishai, and I took it, and I got to experience this new way to be that apparently Abishai had created, and here I am. I'm powerful. I mean, look at me. I'm a dragon.
I want to go to the tower.
Oh boy, I can take you to the exit of the pit. I can't take you to the tower.
Why not?
I'm the pit. Like I'm the leader. Like I used to own it before Abishai took it. But this is also kind of my. Well, yeah, it was kind of his own, thing. I wasn't gonna mess around with the person who took over Oiho from Mercury, so I sort of just volunteered for this program, and that way I could live and run the pit, and I did.
Where's the tower?
Given
that everything's crater up there.
You're kind of. You haven't been here, I don't think, long enough, have you?
I don't want to be here any longer than I have to.
So, where things are isn't quite a place. It's more that they're there, and you need to get there. I can't really give you instructions other than to say you could just follow the tower, and at some point you'll reach it. You can't miss it. I mean, it's on the horizon all the time.
Oh, Christ. Oh. Then what was the point of coming here?
Well,
What is the point of you?
You see, Abishai likes to collect strong people. Strong people make for better, bodyguards, co-rulers, maybe. And so you were tested in the pit to see if you had what it takes to undergo the process.
Process.
And it looks like you all three of you, not even just the one. You remember the rings came down, and it
I don't
made.
want to be changed anymore. I just want my friend.
Oh, it's amazing change though. I mean, it solves your problems. It makes you peak physical condition. Yeah, you turn into a dragon effectively. I mean, come on.
I don't want to be a dragon. I am a
Oh, but
tiefling
amazing.
man.
You'd be definitely alive. Do you want to be alive?
No, you're tricking me. You're tricking me like you said you wouldn't.
No, I am.
Like you said you wouldn't.
I'm not tricky. I've told you everything that I've learned along the way. If you don't believe it, that's on you. That's on you.
I don't want to be a dragon. I want to be a normal tiefling man. That is what I want. If you can't give that to me,
Well, I can't. Abishai could probably use this machine to do that. You could be a lot of different things, as you saw in the pit. Down there, the pit.
then when is Abishai coming to collect us?
I guess that depends on whatever happened. You were probably supposed to be collected and processed far by now. And you're not. So that probably means something bad happened. That needs Abishai and I guess Jaden needs Abishai and Jaden to solve whatever's going on at the tower. And then if you want to wait here, then Abishai will come and collect you and process you, and you'll get the reward that you deserve for having survived the pit.
No, take us there.
I can take you to the exit of the pit.
You will take us to the tower.
But I can't.
You can.
But I can't. I really can't.
We beat your pit.
Yeah.
Do you really want to argue with me?
No.
Then take us to the tower. Now.
And this person is like not sweating. Don't know if it's capable of sweating, but is really, really in a pinch. As this exchange is going on, Casimir, are you doing anything in particular?
Not at the moment. Just watching the exchange.
Okay. The professor would be... I guess the professor would be watching as well. Although the professor does have a... that supernatural, that liar's eye ability. Oh, you know what? I, being the dungeon master, can do a thing. I can hit a button. Let's see. This should be at advantage.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, he must have it as a side note. There is his supernatural what's-a-madoodle. But I think that just grants advantage on insight. And right now, insight is pretty big. Well, I mean, the wisdom is big. But not big enough, I guess. All the same, the professor will still speak confidently that giving him the liar's eye, it would seem that this servant is telling the truth, that he can't leave this pit. Now, whether or not you want to believe the professor, that's up to you. But he's been floating here and regarding, and the professor has no reason to believe that you're being lied to. Not that he's going to stop you growling.
Can I insight this person myself?
Sure, yeah. You have a similar opinion. Like, this person is really... Like, there's something that is you're being told the truth, but there seems to be something preventing this white draconic thing from leaving.
Even though I'm basically threatening his life.
Yeah. There's it hears you and it responds to you, and it's really like, I really can't leave.
Is there not someone else who can take us?
Do I get the sense that he's being influenced magically?
That could be the case. That could explain why there's kind of a barrier. That, you know, there seems to be a way this person is acting that is... it could be explained by personality. I mean, this person spilled some beans, if you believe on the history of the pit, who this person was and what happened. That it could be a manifestation of personality. But there is an overriding fear or compulsion on behalf of Blue, who is Abishai, who is the one that was watching you that stormed off. There was some sort of overriding compulsion or just a severe dominance over the white Abishai type creature, such that there is a subservient nature. I mean, don't get me wrong, while this person has acted meekly and spoken very casually, the body, while disjointed, still does appear to be strong. I mean, if a fight broke out, I mean, this isn't a weakling. You're not looking at like a little imp or something like that. There does appear to be a great physical enhancement to this person, but there's something about the personality or just something in the background, something that's not obvious nor physical, that is keeping this person constricted.
You're not making this very easy for me.
If you want, I can't take you, but you know what? Those little red gribblers, they get everywhere. I'm sure. You know what? If you want to deal with them, maybe they can take you. Trine's been everywhere in Oiho. They've traveled everywhere. They know how to get everywhere. They've been everywhere, except the city for the last while because, well, Abishai kicked them out.
Then I could take them. Then they can take me to the tower.
If you want to force them, please get rid of them. Don't need them. Don't want them. If you want to force them and, you know, just break their fingers until they point in the direction or whatever, please get him out of here. You're doing everyone a favor.
Then what use are you? Really?
I was able to get information.
True. Perhaps. Fine. The only other choice is for Abishai to come and get us.
Yeah, you could sit here and Abishai will come for you, I'm sure. You beat the pit. You all have proven your strength. And if there's a particular form you want that maybe doesn't even look like this, I'm sure Abishai could even grant it to you. Everyone who proves themselves has a use to Abishai. Abishai's the leader of this place. Rules over. And you two can be a leader or a ruler here.
I don't want to be a leader or a ruler.
Do you want to... Have you ever wanted to have a conquest?
No.
Why are you here?
To find my friend.
That's it?
That's it. To find my friend and take her home.
How did you win in the pit? You don't want to lead, you don't want to rule. No offense, you don't look too strong.
Or maybe I am a leader, but of a small group. A group called Chroma Company. That's us.
Oh, alright, I was going to say,
And
I
we're
hadn't
just a
heard.
traveling band of musicians.
No, come on. You? Just
Just
musicians.
traveling musicians. Yes. The theatrics are provided by my friends. But I'm the musician here.
How did you win in the... it's rhetorical to himself, but like, how did you win in the pit? Musicians?
That's all.
Well, hey, you know what? Not for me to judge. All right. Well, I can take you to the exit. Do you want to know anything else before I do?
If you're familiar with the quickest route. But I suppose you don't know that, do you?
No. I mean, the quickest route to get there is by being there. That way you know, because you've been. So it's sort of as you are. It's difficult to explain. It's just something you got to do.
This place is weird. I want to leave.
Well, it might take a while to get used to, but there's consistencies here. This isn't such a bad place. Oiho has been around for a very, very long time. I mean, look at the power of this place. Did you see what those dragons back there leading up to the pit?
Say that like that's what I want.
I didn't know. I mean, people who want power tend to chase power. They want it. We got it. Got plenty to spare and give out.
Do we need to rest before we go to the tower, everyone?
Probably.
What are the chances that Abishai is going to come in the morning?
Are you asking the servant?
Yes, I am.
I don't know because morning is...
Well, after we've had a rest.
that's really going to depend on how much you want what you want. The pit is... I think that I was chosen, and why I ultimately was successful, even over the Circus of Trine, because it's a place to ultimately prove that you want what you want, and you'll get what you want. And so you get what you won, and what you wanted, and you proved yourself, and you are what you are. And that's kind of how this place works. If you're new here still, then maybe you've picked up on it, but if you really need to rest, then I'm sure that you will. I mean, if Abishai really wants you more than you want to rest, then I'm sure then there's going to be a knocking at that door. But until then, your time is different than Abishai's time, even though we experience our time together.
And this place is so weird. I don't belong. That's fine. We'll go to sleep, see if Abishai comes. If not, we'll head to the tower.
All right, I'll leave you alone. Unless you want anything else. Do you need a new woman? Kind of points to the used one on the floor.
No, I think you can remove her.
All right. Gets up, bed creaks, and walks over, takes an ankle, and starts dragging her out.
This place is so fucking weird. And Mordecai is going to lay down for a long rest.
Sure.
Because why not?
Okay. Then what we'll do, I mean, Casimir, you can rest if you want to as well. So too can
Yes.
Bright. As we have remote Bright right now out there in the audience. Let's take a 10-15 minute break. I think Fluffy is going to do some tech work, and I'll get up and get a snack and refresh myself, and then we'll come back and see where this goes as we continue to peel back the weird parts about this place and what exactly is going on. So all of you out there in audience land, give us 10-15 minutes or so to do what we got to do, and we'll come back and we will continue our game tonight.